Hello there and welcome to this tutorial video. My name is Gray, and on this video I'll be showing you how to get your PlayStation 3 HKS controller completely functioning perfectly with Assetto Corsa. Now if you're like me and you own an old PlayStation 3 and maybe bought Gran Turismo 5 for it, and maybe got tired of your old standard DualShock 3 controller, and you happen to stumble upon the HKS PlayStation 3 controller. The, I think it's called HyperMax 3 HK, yeah, whatever. And, yeah, first time I saw this, I was fascinated by it. It has X and square as gas and brake, physically functioning as a gas and brake pedal. I thought it was really cool, and I used it for Gran Turismo 5 for a long time. And then I switched over to PC several years ago, and I stopped using it. I stopped using that controller. And then Assetto Corsa came out in early access, and I bought it. And I was like, oh, awesome! And I started playing it. I was like, okay, you pretty much have to play this with the controller. And so I was like, oh, I really want to use my HKS controller. And I started playing with it, and I could get it to work, but it didn't function how I wanted it to. And so on this video, I will show you how to get it functioning exactly how it works on the PlayStation. So you're going to need three things. You're going to need Assetto Corsa, of course. You're going to need the HKS controller, obviously. And you're going to need the Motion Joy gamepad tool software. I really don't think it matters which version you have. I honestly don't know what version I've had. I haven't updated, and I've had it for over a year, maybe a year and a half. So I don't think it matters which version you actually have. And so you're going to want to plug. First thing you want to do is download that software. Then plug your controller into one of the USB ports on your computer. And when you do that, it should show up as DualShock 3 6-axis USB. And it should show 100%. And you can test that by turning the vibration on and click vibration testing. And if it vibrates, it's connected. And the settings you're going to want are the Xbox 360 controller emulator one. And the reason being is that PlayStation 3 controllers aren't completely supported on PC. And in the game, it's set up as a 360 controller. There's no option for PlayStation 3 controller. So you're going to want to use the Xbox 360 controller emulator. And I'll show you my settings. These are how I have it set. I have it set. I have everything default except I have L1 as the X button on the 360 controller and R1 as the A button on the 360 controller. And the only thing that does is that allows me to shift up and down with R1 and L1. Okay, and then what you're going to want to do is I'm going to pull up the game. And once you get in the game, go to Options, Controls, and then right here, Xbox 360 Gamepad. And down here at the bottom left, it should show up as Controller Xbox 360 Wireless Receiver for Windows. Or it might say Motion Joy something. So, as you can see, you can't actually see because I don't have a video showing what I'm pressing on the controller. But right now I'm pressing L1, so that's showing up as X on here. And I'm pressing R1, that's showing up as A. So that lets me shift up and down, up and down. And now I'm pressing the driving wheel on the left side of the controller. As you can see down here, working completely. And now, I'm pressing X, and nothing is actually happening. So, what you're going to want to do is on your controller, there is I'll tab out, here it is. And on your controller, there is a macro button. And that allows you to tell your controller, or that allows you to tell any button on your controller to function as another button. So what you do is you press the macro button down once, it should light up. Then you press the button that you want the new function to be. And so you press. So I want the X to function as R2. So I press X, and then I press R2. Okay, got that done. Next, press macro button again, press square, and then press L2. And so now, when I press X, it will function as R2. And when I press square, it will function as L2. This may not work. Yeah, there it goes. Already working. So the problem you have is if you don't do this, it will function as a normal PlayStation 3 controller. In that when you press the X down on this controller, it's either 0% or 100%. That's the problem that you have. Same with square as brake. When you press square, it's 0% or 100%. And so by changing the macro from functioning as X to functioning as R2, and same with square as L2, you can press it down and it actually works as a gradual gas pedal. And so you don't have to be either on the throttle completely or off the throttle completely. You can actually be in between. And same with brake. And playing the game at 0% or 100% throttle is it's doable. I mean, you can just sit there and you can just tap it over and over, but it's very annoying. It's not fun. And so, yep, as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. You can actually see right there that the number 6, I'm actually pressing the button, but that's the only thing I don't like about this controller is there's actually about a quarter of the pedal when you first press it down is dead. It's dead space. There's no function in it until about right there. So that's actually closer to a third of dead space. But you'll have that same thing happen with PlayStation 3. So that's all you got to do. And you might actually have to do that every time you plug your PlayStation 3 HKS controller in. Because I actually had to just do that. I set it up, and then I was like, oh, it's actually not working. Let me set it again, and it worked. And yeah, so that's all you have to do. Just get the Motion Joy software, and yeah, you can set it up how I. Oops, wrong one. Uh-oh. Whoops. Okay, well, I pressed the wrong button. This might actually show what version I have. I really don't know. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope this helped some of you guys out, and I'll see you next time.